What if I told you this seller made over $11,000 last month selling mugs on Etsy? But wait, it gets better. Here's another store that's doing over $23,000 a month doing the same exact thing. The crazy thing is they're making thousands without ever having to touch a physical product. One thing they all have in common is that they leverage AI to do all the heavy lifting while they focus on designing the best product for their customers. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process from setting up your own Etsy store to utilizing the best print-on-demand services and leveraging AI to create designs that actually sell. I'll break the process down into simple, easy to follow steps so you can get started right away. I will even start my own shop right here in this video, so be sure to watch till the end. Now, for you to really see the potential here, we first need to understand their blueprint. Take a look at this listing on Etsy. It's a simple mug design with small animation and a short phrase, and it has netted them over $18,000 alone. It's a simple design but surprisingly effective, and the best thing is we can replicate their business model with $0 to start. If we take a look at their store, we can see most of the designs are very similar to each other. An image followed by a line of text. These type of simplistic designs seems to be selling really well across Etsy. In the last 28 days alone, this store has sold more than 6,000 mugs. Now you might be thinking, how can I possibly manage to store all of that inventory? Well, that's where print on demand comes into play. Print on demand is basically when you work with a supplier like Printify that provides you with white label products like this mug that you can then customize with your own design and sell them as your own. Good thing about print on demand business is there is no need to manage, handle or ship any of the physical products, as they do it all for you. All you have to do is to pick any of these products out, upload your designs and publish it onto your Etsy store. Once you get an order, the product is then created and sent directly to the customer. So you don't have to do anything at all other than to create the initial design. To start, we first need to create our own Etsy store. Go to etsy.com and click on Sell on Etsy at the very bottom of the page, and then click Open your Etsy shop. Next, using the link in my description, head over to printify.com and sign up completely for free. Go to where it says My New Store and then click on Manage My Store. Click Connect and you will see Etsy as one of the top options. Open that and it will take you onto this page. Click the Grant Access button, which will redirect you back to Printify, and that's it. You're all set. Now you can publish products directly from your Printify account and have listing created automatically onto your Etsy store. Accounts are created, it's time to design a product. But before we do that, we need to understand what actually sells and how much money we can potentially make. Take a look at this store. They started selling mugs just a couple years ago and have generated over $250,000. Most of their listings are very simple and similar in design. We can say that they're sticking to a particular niche, and that's what I would recommend you do if you're just starting out. Another thing I've noticed is that they sell a lot of seasonal evergreen mugs, like this Mother's Day one. Now think about it, this seller created this product in about 30 minutes, give or take, and it has generated them over $30,000. And it's most likely it will continue to sell basically forever. Now the aim isn't to copy their designs, it's to get the inspirations, add your own twist and perhaps make it even better. When doing your research on Etsy, avoid listings that are ads, as they're not ranking organically. I like to use eRank for my research, as it shows different keywords on what's relevant and in demand for your category. To see which shops are doing well in our niche, click on competition and select top sellers. Here you can see all of the top sellers on Etsy, but I like to take a step further and change to year 2023. Now I can see all of the top sellers from this year. And look at this, 43k sales, 31k sales, but the best thing is you can narrow it down to your category for even better results. As we are selling mugs on Etsy, I can just search it up and it will do a quick analysis that will give me all the statistics as well as most popular tags, which is quite helpful for ranking organically on Etsy. Now that we have some sort of an idea, we can go ahead and start designing the actual product. And there are two ways to create designs. Option 1, use Printify's AI image generator. Simply pick out one of the 13 styles given, type in the prompt and hit enter. You can also add text and change the background color, and this is the design we created. Now using Printify is probably one of the cheapest and easiest way to do it, and it works well if you're just starting out, but I would recommend you use Leonardo AI instead, which is basically a text to image generator that is just as good as Midjourney, but it doesn't require that $10 a month subscription, which I do understand not everyone can afford. To start, head over to Leonardo AI and sign up for a free account. Next, to generate your own images, you need to start with a prompt. To do that, click right here where it says AI image generation, and then click right here where you can type in your prompt. If you don't know what prompt to use, head over to ChatGPT and ask it to generate it for you. To get similar design to this cat mug that alone has made more than $11,000, type in cartoon character cat dressed as a cowboy on a white background. You can also add keywords like holding a pistol to make the image more interesting. As you can see, these are the 4 images AI generated for us. So pick your favorite, upscale and download it. Now one thing I wanted to mention is the free version of this AI allows you to generate 150 images, but then it resets every 24 hours. So in order to get the most out of this free version, I would recommend you select 1 under the number of images it generates per prompt, so you can get as many images for your designs as possible. To get text to go on top of the mug, open ChatGPT and ask it to generate a trademark free phrase about a cat dressed as a cowboy that can go on a mug. And it generates a bunch of them. Paws and pistols. Has a nice tone to it. Now that we have our image from Leonardo and text from ChatGPT, we need to go to Printify and start assembling everything together. To start, drop the image onto the template and add text by pressing this button. Choose from many different fonts. I like this one right here, it goes well with the design. When designing, be sure to stay within these guidelines to avoid any cutoffs. And keep the size over 198 dpi to retain the highest image quality. Preview everything to see if it looks right and save the design. Because we connected our accounts earlier, listings are now automatically created onto our Etsy store. Next, we need to calculate our product cost and listing price to ensure we are in profit. I always look at my competitors to see what price they sell their products on. That gives me a rough idea on how to price it for myself. And you can see most mugs sell anywhere between $20 to $25. With these simplistic designs, I will be sticking to a $23 mark, which seems expensive at first, but people are actively buying these mugs as gifts, which justifies the price. To calculate your profits, head over to alora.io and look for Etsy fee calculator. Now let's say our selling price is $23.99, cost of the product plus shipping is $10.69, Etsy charges $2.73, which gives us a profit of $10.57, which is actually pretty good considering we're doing bare minimum. Now the last step is extremely important when it comes to selling the actual product. You need to be able to make your product stand out next to thousands of other listings. Best way to do that is to create custom mockups. Head over to Raw Pixels and search for mug mockups and filter it by free to use. There are so many to choose from, so just pick and download the one you like. Make sure you select PSD as the file format. Using this free Photoshop tool called Photopea, we are going to edit the template that we just downloaded. To do that, we first need to remove the original image by double clicking on this layer. Then go to File and open your design. Drag your design onto this layer and then move it down into the placeholder. Hit Command S to save and it will automatically update the mockup. Export the design and place it as the main image on your Etsy store. Etsy is a visual platform, so adding this simple step is crucial for your business growth. Another thing that's really important is to use the right title and tags, as it will help you rank organically on Etsy without spending money on ads. To get the best titles, head over to Etsy and search for similar products that are listed on the very first page of the search results. Once you find the one, look at the keywords they're using. You can compose your own title based around these words. Next, to get tags, scroll all the way down the same listing and look for these related searches, which are actually the tags. And we are going to use very similar tags to what they're using, because if it worked for them, it will also work for you. Now, regardless of what you sell on Etsy, following these steps will increase your chance of success. But it's important we understand nothing happens overnight. Everything takes time. With that being said, this business model requires absolutely nothing to start. That's why I would encourage you giving it a go. Don't overcomplicate the process, just take action. You will learn along the way. And if you have any questions, I'll be here to help. I will also be doing a 30 days Etsy print on demand challenge where I record the whole process with $0 to start. If you guys want to see that video, subscribe to the channel. A huge thank you to Printify for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.